Have you ever wondered how women have influenced medicine, or how it all got started? Well, in case you have, today I'm going to introduce you to the first woman to achieve a medical degree from an all-American medical school. I can guarantee that every single person in this room has been associated with a woman doctor or a nurse or any other healthcare professional in their lifetime. How would your visit have been different if women weren't allowed to practice medicine? Well, I've been researching Dr. Blackwell for the past 2 weeks, and I've dug up some really interesting information. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell has changed the course of the history of women in the medical field after she pursued her dream and got her PhD. Miss Elizabeth Blackwell was born in Bristol, England, February 3, 1821, to Hannah Lane and Samuel Blackwell. They moved to America when she was 11 years old, partly because of financial reasons, but mostly because her father wanted to help abolish slavery. Unfortunately, though, her father died in 1838, only 6 years after they moved to America, and left their family in a lot of financial distress. Trying to help things out, her mother opened a private school along with Elizabeth and her sister in Connecticut. Elizabeth wrote an autobiography later in life, and she says in it that she is repulsed by the thought of practicing medicine and couldn't even stand the sight of a medical book. It wasn't until her friend dying of cancer expressed to her how much better her experience would have been if her doctor would have been a woman, because it would have helped her doctor associate more with what's going on with her. She began reading and studying medicine privately, but did also get her teaching degree and taught in Kentucky, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Before applying to all of these schools, she worked with a doctor to make sure that this is what she wanted to do. She applied to 13 medical schools in her area and was rejected by every single one of them because she was a woman. She received a letter in the mail explaining that she was accepted to Geneva Medical School in upper state New York. She was accepted, but was made fun of a lot, and her experience was not good. It was an all-male school, and even the teachers made her life horrible. Only 2 years after she was accepted, she graduated the top of her class in 1849. She established 2 clinics in New York, as well as 2 more clinics with her sister for underprivileged and poor women and children. She was the first woman listed on the British Medical Register while she was lecturing there. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell remained a hard and strong worker until her death. Towards the end of her career, she set up the U.S. Sanitary Department, and she never married. She did, though, adopt a little girl. It was an Irish orphan, and her name was Catherine Barry, also known as Kitty Barry. Catherine stayed with Elizabeth all through her life, and even after her death, she remained at their residence. One day, Dr. Blackwell was working with an infected infant, and some of the fluid got into her eye. This caused her to lose eyesight in her left eye, and she lost her dream of wanting to become a surgeon. She moved to London and enrolled in a school there to further her education as much as she could in 1850. She then retired in 1877. One day at her home, she fell down the stairs and was paralyzed, both physically and mentally. She died May 31st, 1910, at the age of 89 years old. Her ashes were buried in St. Mun's Parish Cemetery. Her niece was an English artist, and she was named after Elizabeth in her honor. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell lived a long, productive, and strong life. She revolutionized the way that women were seen and how women saw themselves in the career of medicine and healthcare. So now you know a little bit more about women and how they all got started in the medical field, and how Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell changed the way that women saw themselves in the career of medicine. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
That was so good, Jane.
Bravo! Bravo!
I loved it.